Yo, here's what we're doing today. We're going to make a progress bar, health bar, stamina bar, mana bar, and when you use it, it decreases using a dynamic material setup. So if you're new to UI and dynamic materials, then we create one master progress bar and use it to control all the progress bars in our game, and it's completely customizable. So you can set up all the colors that you want, and it still runs on the exact same code in the exact same way. So if this is something you like, then drop a subscription, drop a like, and if there's a tutorial you want to see, then drop a comment. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to set up a material. So I'm just in a blank project. So we're going to set up a M health material or M progress bar material. And then we're going to select our little material box, and we're going to make this a user interface and translucent. Press V and click on the screen, press V and click on the screen, and press V and click on the screen. So now we've got 3 parameters here. So we're going to press F2 to change the top one, and this will be our empty color. This will be what the box is like when it's empty. And then we'll have our hit color. So this will be our color that we go down when we take damage. And then we'll have our normal fill color, like so. And we need to select them, obviously. So double click on them. And I'm going to, for the time being, make this one gray. I'm going to double click on this one, make it red or orange. And then this one's going to be standard green. And then grabbing this top node, I'm going to lerp, linear interpolate between empty and being hit. And then I'm going to come off this lerp again, and I'm going to lerp between empty or being hit and having health. So if I put this in final color now, we can see that our final color is gray. That doesn't really do much. So we're going to right click and get a texture coordinate. Drag off this texture coordinate and get a mask. Component mask, open it up and unselect the green, so we're just left with red. And then we're going to get step. I'm going to pass this into the alpha here. And now if I change this to 0.5, you can see that I've got half health and half being hit. So we need to make it so that it reads this value in a much better way. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to get a mask, or we're going to drag off from this mask. Actually, we can use this one, get a step, and pass this into the alpha here. So now if I make this 0.6, we can see the difference. We've got health at 0.5, we've got a hit value, and the rest of it is grey. But we can't do anything about these values for now, so we're going to promote them to variables, because we need to be able to use them. So the bottom one will be the fill level, because we want to change these dynamically, and the top one will be the hit level. So I'm going to put this at 0.6 and 0.5 so that you can see them working. Click apply, click save, find our material, right click it, and create a material instance. And this is the dynamic part. Because now you can see here global scalar parameters. We've got fill level and hit level. So if I increase the hit level, you can see, or now I've taken loads of damage. If I increase the fill level, I'm at full health. But here we have the colors. So empty color, I can change this now to be more of a purple. And we can do this per bar because these are adjustable. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to right click and create a user interface widget blueprint. User widget blueprint, WBP. This will be our master progress bar. Open this bad boy up, dock it, get a progress bar, so progress bar. You can leave it as screen size and fill size, that's not a problem. And we're going to need to rename this to be PB master bar. Okay. Inside of style, this background image. We're going to get the instance, so inst, but we're going to type in health. Type in our progress bar inst, so m progress bar inst. You can see it's changed just here. I want to draw this as an image. You see the difference there? So if we draw it as none, we don't get anything. If we draw it as a box, it draws it as a box. Border, nothing. Image gets us the full image, including our little bars that we want and have left. We're just going to come down to the appearance down here, and we're going to change the fill color and opacity to 0 for our progress bar, because we're going to be using this background image to fill it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to completely ignore this percentage part just here, and we're just going to manage that all dynamically through this background image part just here. So in graph, on the pre-construct, we're going to make an event, custom event, and this will be set fill level, and we want 2 variables in here. So we want the first one to be fill level, and then the second one to be hit level, and both of these are the same. So we're going to drag out fill level, and we're going to pass the variable in just here. And then I want another custom event, set hit level. I want the hit level just here, to pass that in like so. And then in our pre-construct, as you've seen just here, in our pre-construct, we can set our progress bar, but we also want to be able to set a few different things. Because this is our master bar, we want to be able to use this across enemies and characters and lots of different places. So we're going to get our PB master bar. We're going to get the style. We're going to break it. And then we're going to get dynamic material and promote that to a variable. And this will be our dyn material. And then from there, our dynamic material, I'm going to do set vector by parameter value. I'm going to do that 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Connect that all up. And then I'm going to promote these values to variables. So the first one will be our fill color. Name doesn't matter too much in this one. Second one will be hit color. And then the third one, we're going to promote to a variable. This will be empty color. Select all 3 of these variables. You have to do them one by one. Go to instance editor and expose on spawn and make it so that they are. Compile and save that. Now, if we open up our progress bar instance, you can see that we have 2 sections. We got global scalar parameter values and global vector parameter values. The vector ones have all the colors in, and that's why we're using this part just here. So we've got fill color. We need to make sure that this naming convention, this name here, is exactly the same. So fill color. Then we've got empty color. So we'll do hit color because that one's next. And then we've got empty color. And because it's on pre-construct, we can make it look nice inside our hood. So we're going to come out of here and create another widget blueprint. This will be WBP hood. And then I'm going to add a canvas panel. And I'm going to add a master progress bar. So you can see it's all black. That's fine. We can size it the way we want it. Right, now we've got our fill color. We're going to have that be green, and it's changed straight away. Our hit color, we're going to have red. There's our red color. And our empty color, let's have that white. So there's our progress bar. And now because of this, I can use the same progress bar in different things, but have different color health systems and all sorts. So that's why it's really good to have a master. So using that same logic, we're going to go back to our set fill level, and we are going to, first off, we want to check that the material is valid, because if it isn't, it will throw an error. And then we're going to set scalar parameter. Remember that the scalar parameter is our fill level and our hit level. So we're doing the fill level first. And again, we've got to make sure that this is exactly the same. So if there's a spelling mistake, it won't work. And then we're going to put our fill level variable inside the value. We'll copy this and duplicate it. And instead of fill level, we'll do hit level. So make sure to change the value on the bottom, and then make sure to change the name as well. Plug that into there. Compile and save that. Now what we can do is we can do another custom event, which will be set percentage. And we're going to set the fill level and pass the fill level into set percentage. So from there, we're going to do a set timer by event. Set timer by event. And we're going to make it 0.01 seconds and looping. So it's going to run this event every 0.01 seconds. This return value, we're just going to promote this to a variable. And then event, we're just going to make a new custom event of hit bar movement. So we're going to call the hit level set hit level, and we're going to connect this up here. And then this hit level, we're going to do an f interp 2. The current will be our hit level, and the target will be our fill level. Delta time will be get world delta seconds, and the interp speed will be 5. From there, we're going to get a branch. So drag off, press B, branch. And we're going to check if the hit level and the fill level, so we're going to minus those, subtract them, hit level from fill level, is less than or equal to 0. And if it is, we're going to get this new var here that we've got, this timer handle, and we're going to clear and invalidate it. Now, just before we test this back in progress bar, I'm going to get a on construct event. Event construct, not pre-construct, just construct. And I'm going to call the set fill level and sorry, I'm going to call the set hit level and call that to be 1. Just so that you can see, just so that it makes sure that it's always at the top bar, so it's not hidden below our normal health value. The easiest way to find where the character is go to the world settings, open up default pawn, select the little file, double click to open that, and then on begin play. So on begin play, we're going to right click to add a call to parent so that we're not missing any of the functions that are happening in begin play in any of the parents. And then we're going to create a widget. This will be the HUD. And we're going to add to viewport so it's on our screen. And then I'm going to promote this to a variable so that we've got our HUD widget. And then I'm going to press 1 and get a 1 key event or key event. and get the hood, get our PB, or our, back in our hood, we need to make sure that this is a variable, so it's WVP master. And we're going to do set percentage. And we're going to make that 0.3. So now let's press play. You can see we've got our health bar set at 0.5 because that's its standard value, and we change our fill bar to be 1 so that that's more visible. So now if I press 1, it should set it to 0.3. And there we go, it's going down and the damage is done. What we probably want to do is just on third person, we can copy this and at the top set this to 1 so that you can see it working properly. There we go, 1. So if we increase our time to say 1 second, it loops. You can see it goes down a little bit slower in more of a stepping stone sort of value. So have a play with that value, see what you want it to be. Like 0.5 might be a good value. So we'll make this project available as part of the core systems update that we're putting through on Fab. So you'll be able to use this straight away in your projects as well and download it on Fab too. So if you want to grab that, then you can do. By the time this video comes out, it should be published. And yeah, it'll be this one here. It'll just have received its December 3rd update. And you can see we've added the dynamic material for the progress bar in there as well. So if you could leave me a review, I'd appreciate it. That'd be nice of you. Thank you very much. And I hope this helps you. Have a great day.